It was the bottom of the seventh inning on Monday, in a scoreless opening day pitchers' duel at Citi Field, when the Mets' Wilmer Flores raced home from second base on a single to center field by Asdrubal Cabrera. Flores can hit for power against left-handed pitching and play multiple positions, but fleet of foot he is not. Still, Flores learned a lesson in 2016 when his season ended in September as he injured himself in a futile headfirst slide into home plate. So Flores decided to lead with his feet on Monday, and his foot seemed to touch the plate just before Atlanta Braves catcher Tyler Flowers tagged him. The home plate umpire, Jeff Kellogg, saw it differently, however, calling Flores out. For a moment, it was last season all over again, a chance to score denied. But Mets manager Terry Collins challenged the call, and it was overturned, instead of 2 outs and the game scoreless. The Mets had a 1-0 lead with 1 out and runners on base. And 5 batters later, they had a 6-0 lead that held up as the final score. Thanks, MLB, for inventing replay, Mets right fielder Jay Bruce said. That was a big point of the game right there. We were able to get a run on the board. It got us a little momentum and energy for the rest of the game, Collins said afterward that as Flores rounded third and headed home on Monday. He had flashbacks to that play last September, also in a tie game and also against the Braves, when Flores was not only out but also missed the rest of the season with a wrist injury. "Oh, don't tell me we're going to go through this again," Collins said he thought to himself. In the end, the Mets did not. What went wrong in 2016 worked out fine this time, and in front of an announced crowd of 44,384, the second largest regular season crowd in Citi Field history. Although the Flores call may have struck some fans as a good omen for 2017, others would put Monday's events, safe call and all, into a larger context, one in which pitching injuries remain a constant concern for the Mets. Noah Syndergaard, the Mets ace, threw 6 scoreless innings, walking none and striking out 7 with a combination of high 90s sinkers and demonic breaking balls. But despite a low pitch count of 86, Syndergaard had to leave the game because of a blister on the top of the middle finger of his throwing hand. The Mets had hoped to pitch Syndergaard on Saturday in a home game against the Miami Marlins. Instead, he will receive an extra day off and pitch on Sunday, or at least that is the plan. "We've got to stay healthy," Collins said. "We've preached it and preached it and preached it, and now we have to act on it." The Mets began spring training with 7 legitimate starters, including Robert Gsellman and Seth Lugo, the unheralded minor league prospects who helped carry the team to the playoffs last season. By Monday, however, the Mets were down to 5, with Rafael Montero now the new backup stashed in the bullpen. Steven Matz, whose career has been plagued by injuries, will be unavailable to the Mets for several weeks as he deals with elbow inflammation. And after Monday's game, Collins revealed that Lugo would miss several weeks because of elbow problems as well. The Mets have labeled Lugo's malady right elbow inflammation. However, Lugo said he would receive a second doctor's opinion on Tuesday. Before the game, Lugo said that a medical examination over the weekend showed that his elbow ligament was in good shape. "I feel good," said Lugo, who pitched for Puerto Rico in the World Baseball Classic. "I never had any pain symptoms. The only thing I had was tightness, and it didn't feel right to me. Just wanted to make sure. I'm ready to go now." The Mets, understandably, are taking a more cautious approach. So Lugo watched Monday's game from the dugout as the Mets pounced after Flores had been ruled safe. Curtis Granderson drove in a run with a sacrifice fly, Bruce drew a bases-loaded walk, and Lucas Duda cleared the bases with a double to left center field. All of the Mets' damage came against the Braves' bullpen after starter Julio Teheran had held the Mets scoreless for 6 innings. The Mets relievers, in contrast, did just fine. Hansel Robles and Fernando Salas each tossed scoreless innings, and Gesellman closed it out in the 9th, getting some work as he waits for his first start. As for Flores, and the play at the plate, he said he was surprised that Flowers, the Braves catcher, had set up for the throw several feet behind home plate, which may have allowed him to just beat the tag. "I was surprised that he was behind the plate, but good for us," he said. The Mets have begun this season with a team record $154 million opening day payroll and a deeper roster than last season. A reflection of that depth was that Bruce and Duda, two players who have hit 30 homers in a season, were batting 6th and 7th on Monday. But along with depth and talent, good fortune helps too. And that was Flores' role on Monday, putting a nice spin on the start of the season.